Sort of reminds me of Changi.
Nicer actually. I think it's nice.
I don't think it's nicer, but yeah.
Today we are at the Hamad International Airport, recently rated as the world's best. With a transit of 10 hours, join us as we explore this airport and indulge in a bit of lounge hopping.
Yeah, we reached Doha, as you can see. There's the big teddy bear in the back.
After arriving on our 12-hour flight from Perth, we went through transfer security before heading down to the departures.
Transfer, and we can just go to the next flight, basically, but we have 10 hours.
I found it interesting that departures are below arrivals, unlike most major airports.
You know what?
We need a poo.
First up in terms of attraction, we have the lamp bear, which is located right at the center of the departure hall.
This is one giant teddy bear measuring a height of 23 feet with a lamp shining over its head. This teddy bear is actually not soft or cuddly as it looks. It is made of bronze and was purchased by a member of the Qatari royal family for $7 million.
But now the real question is if we're gonna get access into that first class lounge, which everyone raves about.
That raved about lounge is the Safwa lounge, which is exclusive to passengers traveling in first class. Our next flight to Jordan is actually in economy class, but we should get access based on our arrival flight.
So we passed the ground check, but we'll find out at reception if we're actually gonna get allowed in or we're gonna get sent back. Fingers crossed.
As we reach the top of the escalator, we get a glimpse of the scale of the lounge. There was a lot of confusion as our ticket was booked by Virgin Australia using points.
After a bit of wait and aimlessly staring at these people walking forever, we were cleared to enter, and what a sight it was. The lounge feels more like a museum, and so it should, as it's based on Doha's Museum of Islamic Art and features sandstone walls and numerous pieces of artwork. The centerpiece of this space is this grand water feature, which adds a calming ambience. But before we explore any further, we make our way to the shower rooms to freshen up. The showers are available on request along with the quiet rooms, which were fully booked, but we managed to get one for later.
This is the shower facility. Wow, this is pretty impressive.
The showers were really fancy and they were also clad in sandstone. We had the same great diptyque amenities as the flight.
It's like a proper toothbrush. There's even a bathrobe. And finally here we have the shower. This is one of the best things about using the lounge after a long flight. You come in after a 12-hour flight and you feel quite exhausted, but then you have a shower and then you feel a lot fresher. With that out of the way, we made our way past the water feature and into the a la carte dining area. A quick scan of the QR code and we were presented with the impressive menu for the day.
That's a lot.
I decided to try out the classic Arabian food, while Shweta went for a more healthy fruit platter option.
What is that?
That is Turkish coffee.
Turkish coffee.
Look how cute it is in comparison to this cup.
That looks very strong as well.
Refreshed and energized, we bid temporary goodbye to this lounge and headed out to check out the other features of this airport.
Very nice airport, Qatar. It's full of luxurious toys that we can't afford.
Nice to look at. There are a lot of gold and luxury duty-free shops at this airport if that interests you. In our case, we jumped on the airport train to go all the way across the northern end of the terminal. Where we came across another water feature. They seem to really like their water features here in Doha.
Walking past this, we get our first glimpse of the orchard, the airport's indoor tropical garden.
So just walking through this garden kind of thing.
This is a stunning 10,000 square meter space filled with greenery and a curved glass roof. All of this drew comparisons with Singapore's Changi Airport.
Sort of reminds me of Changi, but it's
Less crowded actually.
less crowded, but it's also a lot smaller.
It's good enough. It's
Yeah.
good enough.
Yeah,
Nicer actually.
I wouldn't.
I think it's nice.
I don't think it's nicer, but yeah, it's good enough.
There's even a bridge here to walk over and lots of spaces to chill, even on the grass, making it feel quite unique for a terminal.
It's actually quite nice just to sit down in this space and just chill out. Quite different to the rest of the terminal.
You can easily spend a bit of time here, and we were there for almost an hour. There was even a Gordon Ramsay restaurant in this area. With 6 hours still left for our flight, it was time for
Going on a bit of a...
lunch hopping.
That's right, so there's actually quite a few Qatar Airways lounges and priority plus lounges here. We'll try to cover as many as we can in this video. The build-up here is a lot shorter.
Near this garden area was the Platinum and Gold North Lounge. This is one of the 2 lounges for status holders traveling on One World Airlines. We were here at 9 AM and the entire space was super empty. While it may not be as fancy as the first class lounge, it definitely is a nice space to relax, and the chairs even had wireless chargers next to them. The restaurant featured both a buffet as well as an a la carte service.
The menu is not as extensive as the first class lounge, but you will not go hungry here as it is full of tasty treats including Qatar's signature lemon and mint. The airport is full of random pieces of artwork. On our way out, we spotted this sad looking cartoon-like sculpture made out of wood.
I don't know what this is. I guess we'll find out.
We're not quite sure what this is, so please let us know in the comments.
Next, we made our way back on the train, all the way to the south again, to check out the Platinum Lounge. This is the other lounge that's available to status holders of One World Airlines. Once again, the space was super empty as it was a quiet hour here at Doha.
Lemon mint on the tap layer.
To our disappointment, we realized that lemon mint is not freshly made and rather comes from a tap.
I don't recommend As we were here, we got reminded that our quiet room was ready. So we headed back to Al Safa Lounge to catch some sleep. We entered the quiet room and was surprised as it felt more like a hotel room. There was even an ensuite in the room. If I had known this, I would have skipped the shower in the morning.
Despite arriving here in first class, we were super exhausted. This is because we always get too excited when traveling in premium cabins and don't actually sleep in the flight. We really needed the few hours of sleep that we got here before we headed back to the lounge for lunch again. Here's a look at the comprehensive a la carte lunch menu.
Arun got the prawn majboos while I got the hot Arabic mezza. We then shared a lava cake for dessert as we said goodbye to this amazing lounge. For the lack of the wow factor in its first class cabin, Qatar more than makes up for it with this lounge here in Doha. In fact, there's an equally impressive business class lounge exclusive to business class passengers only. We didn't have access to this on this trip. By priority pass, there is the Al Maha lounge, but unfortunately, we ran out of time to check this out.
Just like that, 10 hours had already gone by and our flight was ready for boarding. So join us next time as we fly on this Qatar Airways, or is it Oman Air, flight to Jordan.